Gemini, welcome to your mid-August 2022 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. That card has been coming up for me. Very interesting when I see things coming up over and over again. Ooh, okay. Empress is the outcome. Alrighty then, let's see. I'm going to bring up, oh my golly jeepers, these two cards. In the past position, we have the Four of Cups. This is a card of dissatisfaction. You can see by the person's face, the woman's face, that she is not enthused about her life, what is happening. Four of Cups can be this, there's like another hand that is presenting her this bowl. And this is faithful to the Rider-Waite version of the chalice, the cup that is being offered from the clouds to the person. What does that mean? Well, one obvious interpretation is that someone may be receiving love from somebody else, but they don't have that sense of reciprocal feelings towards that individual. And so they're kind of like, you know, how it is, where it's like a one-sided relationship. And it's really tough in those situations when the other person's a decent person. It's easier to reject somebody's advances or their feelings for you if they are already like not treating you properly, but if they are nice to you overall and you're just not feeling it, it can be a little bit guilt-provoking because you feel like you don't have the right to do that, that the other person is very, you know, like the other person, you know, that, well, you know how it is that when somebody else has feelings for you, you may feel obligated to have feelings for them. And that doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. We don't have to have feelings for someone because they have feelings for us. That's one of the reasons why I always say that the word love is a loaded word, because it almost implies, like if somebody says I love you, you almost feel like you have to say I love you too, but also that you have to, you know, treat that be with that person if they love you. It doesn't. That's not true. But sometimes it takes that dissatisfaction to really make it clear how we're feeling. Sometimes we might be a little bit torn, or whatever you want to call it. The heart of the matter is the Eight of Swords. So that is that sense. You see this person is feeling that oppression, is bound and blindfolded, and that represents that they may not be seeing things that are happening, the truth of the situation, because they are too caught up in the negativity. And in this deck, they show, like, the swords they depict as black birds if it is a challenging swords card, which is pretty cool because it can certainly feel like that. And in some cases, like I mentioned for the Five of Swords, I mentioned the flying monkeys, so, you know, around a narcissist who try to you know, kind of ferret out information about the person that they're torturing, pretty much. But the Eight of Wands, or Swords, is more about your own, like your self limiting beliefs. And these are most of the time programmed into the person from a young age because they're projections of other people. And those people have tried to dictate that this is, the way life works, and you have to do this or you have to do that. But it's not something that is necessarily true for the individual. The higher message is the Eight of Cups. It may be time to walk away from someone who you are not feeling that sense of emotional fulfillment. This is not, by the way, a situation where I'm encouraging people to drop good relationships simply on a whim, because with Gemini sometimes you're easily bored and you just kind of, okay, I'm done with this, I'm done with that. And like that could be the Four of Cups. I mean, in some cases it might be that you are fickle and you're not really investing enough in a relationship to be able to determine that it's not right for you, because you're just into the sensation. You're into the initial phase of it, and then you get bored very easily. And it might be that, somebody doesn't grab you, doesn't interest you. You're an insatiably curious type of person. So you need to, it's not going to be enough to have physical attraction with somebody. And even like the emotional side of things, you're not necessarily that emotional. Of course, you can have inner planets in Cancer or even a moon sign in any water sign that would make you more emotional. But in general, you're more detached and you're looking for a companion. You're looking for, I was going to say a partner in crime, but I didn't want to put it that way. But an intellectual companion, somebody that can stimulate you mentally, not just physically. And that might be a tall order to fill sometimes, because, that type of person there's more subtleties that will indicate this. It's easy to just be attracted to somebody's physical appearance because you can see them in the distance and be, taken by them. But that's on the surface. You have to get to know somebody to be able to see if you are very mentally compatible. What crosses you is the Ace of Cups. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying. The ace is the beginning of something. In this case, this is the water energy, so the emotional self. And for you, that is hard to kind of launch sometimes, because I was going to say, like, if your moon is in Scorpio, I've done these sun-moon combination videos. You can find on my channel if you have that, one of those kinds of combinations. And it can be a little bit daunting for Geminis to have a moon in a water sign, because you might be like, why do I have such an emotional side to myself? Because you try so hard to be rational and detached. But regardless, like I said, you have special needs. You have some people, it's more complicated with somebody like you, because you're not that easily amused. And so you need that. And you also have to open yourself up emotionally, and that might be difficult for you. Also, if this is related to your professional life, you may feel trapped in your job or your profession, your career, and the Four of Cups could indicate that you're not happy with it. But the Eight of Cups is that, yeah, well, maybe it is time to walk away from it. And it may be challenging to feel confident to do that. What's coming in is the Eight of Pentacles. This can be training that you decide to get to hone your skills in something. This is a very good card for money, for success in a worldly sense. For your love life, I mean, you may decide to throw yourself into your career instead of kind of getting caught up in it. See, it's interesting. We have the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So it's really about, you could call it redirecting your energy away from thinking too much about things, which you may have a tendency to do, to being more proactive and doing something tangible. That's what the Pentacles represent. The outcome is the Empress. So some of you, maybe if this is career related, you're looking for more creativity in your life. You see how they have her as pregnant, because that is also, I mean, this is also a card of motherhood. And if you're talking about including men in this, you know, raising children, or, you know, having children. Men have children too, even if they don't give birth. So the idea also of giving birth to creative projects. And maybe that was something that was lacking in your profession, and now you're able to do it. As for relationship issues, this card is connected to Venus and can indicate love coming into your life. I would say, especially in September, we have a new moon in Libra, which is your 5th house of love. So that might be when things start to really gel for you. But regardless, the point is that if, let's say you're a woman who wants to have children, Gemini, you might already be in your 30s and you might feel like, oh my gosh, I devoted this time for my career and now I'm getting to this point where I can't just keep putting it off to have children. But you have to have the right partner. I mean, I suppose you could go to a sperm bank, but you know what I mean. And with the Eight of Cups, there may be some, and the Four of Cups, there might be this desire to walk away from something, some relationship that's unsatisfactory. Don't stay in relationships because you think, well, at least maybe I'll get a child out of this. You know, it really isn't fair to bring children into the world with a partner that you're not committed to. But I will say that I can't be the ultimate judge of that, because look how many people that has already occurred to where their parents were not in harmony when they were born, but that doesn't mean that they didn't that they were born any less intentionally at a higher level. All right, that's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.